In this video, I would like to talk about something very, very important. So, what are the problems, in my opinion, about the PhD system? The biggest problem is that it gives the supervisor a lot of power over the student's future. And in many cases, the supervisor, they abuse their position of authority, they abuse their power, and they make things difficult for the student, for the PhD students. Number one, see, PhDs, it's not given the due respect in many countries, especially countries like India and other backward countries. PhDs still treated like a student, like, but if you are a PhD student, you are not technically a student, you are also a researcher. You're trying to find something new and you are getting paid for it. I mean, you are technically, it's a job. And in the developed countries, it's treated to be a job. But in India, the attitude of people is like, oh, you're doing a PhD, so how many more years? What will you do after that? You're just wasting your years. You should have settled for some job. Like, for most Indians, the still job means this conventional government jobs or engineer and doctor. So this needs to change. Number one problem. And of course, since you're not just a student, you're not just learning, you're also trying to add to the scientific knowledge. You should also be given some freedom, and your supervisor should not have the power to abuse their power and make things difficult for you. This thing should change first and foremost. Number two, and this is a much more deeper problem, the entire PhD system, I think it's about specialization. Like you need to specialize in some particular area, even within your field. Now, my question is, if someone wants to contribute to the fundamental scientific knowledge, why does it need to specialize? I mean, what is the problem if I maybe today explore quantum mechanics, tomorrow explore active matter physics? It's all physics, and even beyond physics. A true scientist wants to understand the world, how the world works, and for that he needs to learn a lot of different topics, even if some of them at surface level. Only then he can synthesize all this knowledge into and build a coherent, unified picture, build a coherent, unified narrative, and only then he can contribute fundamentally to the scientific knowledge. Freeman Dyson did not have a PhD. He's a Nobel laureate in physics, and in one of his interviews he said that he doesn't like working on the same topic for more than 1 year. PhD only, currently the system is like you need to have a lot of good connections, you need to please your guide, you need to know how to do the politics, and then you can just get a good degree and you can publish a lot of technical papers and become a so-called successful figure in academia. But this PhD system, it only builds machines who can publish a lot of papers, quantity over quality. But these papers mostly they're just some technical jargon. In most cases they don't add anything new to fundamental scientific knowledge. So yeah, that's what I think anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you.